Hi everyone. Great start. Hi everyone. I'm just trying to get myself set up. Forgive me just for the first couple of minutes. I'm still getting used to this. There's several things I have to do. I'm just trying to get myself set up. Cool, I'm live. Forgive me just for the first couple of minutes. Shut up, Rob. Let's go to everyone on Facebook. Oops. Cool, okay. So today I want to transcribe the drum beat from Like I Love You by Justin Timberlake. Just found out, although it's still not controversial, it's still not 100% fact. I couldn't find it in time. But it turns out Pharrell Williams probably played drums on this track, which is quite cool to know. But I've always liked the drum beat from it. It's live drums. Yeah, it was requested by one of my Facebook followers. And I thought, yeah, it's a really good idea. So that's what I'm going to do today. So as usual, I've taken the track and I'm using VLC Player, which I highly recommend. It's free. But it allows you to go in when you get really stuck and under playback and speed, slow down the thing, which is just brilliant. Usually I don't need to use that, but occasionally with some really fast drum fills, I do need to slow it down just to give myself a chance to understand it. So the drum beat settles down around 0.25. This is the beat I'm going to do today. Around 25. So it's a 1 bar loop. Let's try that out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a 1 bar loop. Although, like I said, it is live. You do hear little subtleties in the hi-hat and the variations that occur mainly with the hi-hat and the sort of emphasis on the opening and closing. There's a very subtle hi-hat work going on, which gives some variations to the beat throughout the song. But like I said, around 25 seconds it sort of settles into that beat and the hi-hat pattern sort of stays the same for at least a good few bars. So I've decided to take that version of the beat to transcribe. So like I said, it's 1 bar long and you can sort of hear it though. I'm gonna talk out loud like and say really obvious things. This is really just for your benefit. So I'm going to go over stuff that I already kind of know, but I'm going to sort of explain it like I'm just hearing it for the first time, so you guys can sort of understand the process a bit better. So I can hear that the hi-hat's playing 1 and 2. It's playing 8th notes all the way through, which helps. There's definitely like an accent on the downbeat. 1, 2, 2. The hi-hat on the downbeat is definitely louder. Of course, it does vary. So yeah, the 8th notes on the hi-hat, and the snare drum's on beat 2 and 4. We can hear that. 1, 2, 4. Great sounding snare, by the way. So we've got 8th notes and we've got bass drum. So rather than just write that out and waste your time, I'm going to take each beat as we go. I could just write out all the 8th notes along here. Oh, come on, let's do it properly, Rob. Well, not properly, but so you can follow it nice and clearly. So let's do our framework. This is how some drummers, including myself when I first started to write music, would start. I'd get a frame of some sort and I'd work off the frame. The frame usually is the hi-hat for me. It's sort of the repeating pattern. And then you work out where all your notes are going to go around the hi-hat. So let's flip that over. There's our basic framework. We know there's a bass drum on beat 1, we can hear it, so let's put that in straight away. Boom, boom, back. You can hear that, boom, boom, back. 1, 2. So you can hear that, dum, da, da, And I just happen to know, maybe it's obvious for you guys as well, that that is on the of beat 1. It's in between these two hi-hats here. Boom, ba ba, 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2. So I'm going to change this note here to a 16th note down here. And then I press escape to cancel it, because you have to do this with Sibelius. Then click on the 16th note and just boink inside there. It creates a tell for you all. Lovely, 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 lovely. So boom, ba ba. 1, a 2, and 4. So the next bass drum occurs on the and of 3. I'm not sure if you can hear that. Stop. 1, a 2, and 1, a 2, 3, and 1. And. So we know there's a bass drum there on the and of beat 3. Boom, ba ba, boom. There. So let's put that in. Whenever I click a new note in, it deletes the note that's already there, so I have to then re-put it back in again. So I press Shift, Alt, and 1. That's my shortcut key I'm using here. And that changes the head to a crosshead. And then Shift, Alt, 0 changes it back to a black head. Not a spot, but a note. So now I'm just going to drag that back up. And then I'm going to go Control, Alt, 1. Oh, and also, I almost forgot. I was told last time to zoom in, because you guys can't see the tiny screen. Sorry, I hope that's a lot better for you now. Almost forgot that. So, and 40. So we can hear there's a bass drum near the end of the bar. Before it goes back to beat 1. 1, a 2. It's actually after the snare drum. 1, a 2, and 4 E. It's actually on the E of beat 4. Let me let you hear that a few times. Boom, 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 boom. And 4 E. 1, a 2, and 4 E and 1. So it's on the E of beat 4, just after that snare drum. And it's like it's a classic sort of idea. This. The bass drum follows like a dotted 8th note pattern. It plays every 3rd, 16th note. So starting here, actually, we've got this bass drum. Then this bass drum occurs 3 16th notes later. Then this one occurs 3 16th notes later. And then so there's this one. So we actually get dum, 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 dum. Like these 4 bass drum notes actually evenly spaced. Boom, boom, bap, boom, ba, boom, 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 bap, boom, 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 which is quite cool. So, next thing is to add in the ghost notes, because there's ghost notes there. And it changes, of course, making it harder if we decide which ones to include. But I'm going to go for, so let's do the first one. I'm trying to hear if there's a ghost note there, and I can hear something very soft in the background there, which suggests, with my massively trained drumming ears, that there's definitely a ghost note there. I just want to confirm that. I'm hearing it's like da, so like da. So I can hear 4 notes. So that means there must be something in there, which is going to be a ghost note. So I'm going to change this to a 16th note. This is what drummers tend to do, by the way, when they're playing ghosts. It's just they find the gaps between the hi-hats where there's nothing going on. Like you wouldn't put a ghost note here, because this is where you could, but there's the bass drum going on, and you just fill them in usually. So yeah, I've done that. I've put in my 16th note. I'm going to press escape to get rid of that, and then I'm going to make it a ghost note by going along here and adding brackets to it. So it's pre-selected, then you just add brackets and then escape to get out of that. 1, you get a 2. When we see it starts there, isn't it? There's a really obvious ghost note there on the of 2 there. So I kind of already know the answer to this. I know what he's playing, but I'm just going to add these notes in, because I know he's playing, not every single time. Sometimes he doesn't play a ghost note here, but he's always playing a ghost note here, and then usually it's followed by a ghost note here. So change that to a 16th note. bang, change that to a 16th note, bang, click that one, control, and click that one, and then that one, make them 2 brackets. And then the last space for a ghost note really is at the end of the bar on the of beat 4. So let's have a listen. See that last 4th bar, he leaves out ghost notes there. I'll show you that in a second. In fact, let's show you that now. You can hear that the previous bars have the ghost notes, and then that last one, he leaves them out. This one. And now that was that obvious one ghost note there. Dum da 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 dum da dum. Hear that again, please. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see me. Of course you can't see me pointing at the screen. Use my mouse instead. There. I keep missing it on. There. Okay. So. That's interesting. So there is definitely a ghost note going on. The repeat of the bar just needs it. You just hear it. He plays it more often than he doesn't play it. So he's basically filling in all the gaps with ghost notes. There we go. So that's the that's getting there. Next thing is to add in the hi-hat stabs. You can hear there's some hi-hat work going on there. The opening and closing, very subtle. Yeah, he tends. He's playing something opening on beat 4 and then on the beat 1. Again, it varies, but that is the one. That's the pattern he's playing the most. He's doing something here and doing something here on beat 4 and beat 1. 1, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1. Oh, sorry. Let's go over and say hello to you guys. Okay, no questions. Hi guys. If you've got any questions, feel free to come along and say and ask. So we got beat 1 and we got beat 4 going on there. So it's actually a 16th note opening. It's not 1 and 2. Boom. It's a 16th note opening. Kind of like Roger Taylor from Queen, famously opening and closing the hi-hats on beats 2 and 4, like that. So I'm just going to go in there and add that. This is the pattern that I hear the most. There is a very subtle opening there, so I've just gone down and clicked on this tab here, and then it closes here. So I don't tend to, if there's a note in that position for the closing, I don't tend to put a crossed head at the bottom because the plus tells you that. If there's no note there, then I would put the crosshead at the bottom to fill in that gap in order to put this plus above something. But yeah, you don't need more notes when this tells you to close the hi-hat foot, and there's going to be a hi-hat foot note there because that's when your hi-hat foot closes. And it's the same for beat 1 as well, that opening and closing. So actually this is the drum beat he's playing there, potentially Farrell. Let's slow it down. Should have done that in the first place, shouldn't I, for you guys? Sorry, that would be useful at the beginning, wouldn't it? And actually, those ghost notes are actually a little bit easier to hear when you slow it down like that, because they get their time between the notes. You can hear them stand out a bit better. So that is definitely the quietest ghost note. Listen. Other thing to mention, this is a pretty obvious opening 16th note. This one is not so obvious. It might just be he's hitting this hi-hat harder, and that's probably what he's doing most of the time. It's hard to decide whether it's actually an opening officially or whether it's just an accented hi-hat note. But I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with this is the drum beat I hear, and would be very cool to play as well. So now finally I'm just going to go in and add in my numberings. So I go to notations, I think, no text, lyrics, and I choose for numbering to go above, so line 1, oh no, above staff. It's going to be too low though, so I'm going to drag that up. I'll move everything out of the way in a second. 1, E, and these are 16th notes. 2, there's a gap here between 2 and the and, so that skips over automatically. That's the and. 3, E, and it skips the of 3 and goes straight to 4, E, and No, okay, no questions. There's no notation underneath necessary, sticking, etc. So there you go, that's it. I'll do a drum lesson on this in the next coming days or so. Yeah, hope you find that useful. Finally, just before I say goodbye, okay guys, I'll leave you to your day. Happy drumming and all that. See you soon.